Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Majora's Mask. Okay, we are in Stone Tower Temple, so let's do some more stuff as Deku Link now. We've turned the place upside down, and now we can do some more fun stuff. Alright, so first things first, we're going to head into the east wind column here. It's going to push us all the way up, and as you can see, there's a ledge over here with a button on it, which we're going to need to press. And of course, since it's blue, that's kind of our sign that we're going to need something to keep it down. That's going to cause some flames to dissipate over there, so let's play the Elegy of Emptiness again. As if you haven't heard this song enough by now. And there we go. That's going to let this guy press the switch down for us. That's awfully nice of you, sir. Thank you. Alright, now this time we're going to use the flower that's on this ledge in order to get across to the western wind column, which is going to blow us up just a little bit higher, which will let us get there. So let's make our way over there. It's going to run out, but as you can see, it's going to recover, which is nice. So now we want to make our way back here. Looks like we're going in reverse. Avoid the mines. So that can be... Oh, great. Yeah. Okay, this sucks. Alright, let's see. There we go. The controlling that in the air, especially if you get turned around, is very, very awkward. It almost never goes the way you want it to. Alright, so there we go. We can open that chest and get Stray Fairy number 11. Alright, so now that we're up here, we're ready to drop down onto the bridge and finally do something about that annoying hip loop that's been crowling at us for forever. So let's hop on down, and we're going to get out the hook shot again. Got nothing on me, buddy. Alright, so take that off, stab him, and we are good to go. Okay, so now we're going to hop into this little alcove here. I think we've been in here before. I remember swimming through here as Zora Link. We went back out to the little water room with the two ledges that way. And now we can press the switch that was previously on the ceiling, since it's now on the floor. Doing so will cause a chest to appear back there, so we're going to have to backtrack a little bit first. So let's go back across the bridge. Hop up, and open the chest. And as you can see, that is going to give us another small key. So, awesome. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're going to have to get out the Deku Mask again. So let's go back through the west wind column, the one that shoots us a little bit higher. We're going to get up onto this ledge right over here. You can see there's a locked door on it, of course, so we just picked up the key. That is why you pretty much want to avoid the mines. They don't do that much damage, but it can be really, really annoying, so... Alright, let's hop in here again. I'm going to try to face the way we want to go so it doesn't mess me up too much. There we go. Just stay straight. Awesome. Alright, so now let's make our way back over here. But before we go through the door, we want to turn around first. Good, we got light arrows. We are going to have to shoot this sun panel with light arrows. Doing so will... cause a chest to appear on the floor, which is the ceiling for us. So, yep, we're going to have to flip the dungeon again to get even more stuff, which is awesome. You can also start to see why it's really a good idea to get infinite magic before going in here. Light arrows really eat away at your magic power, so it's good that we can just shoot as many as we want and not have to worry. But okay, now that we've done that, let's go through the locked door. We got a room here that we're going to have to do a little bit of flipping, actually. You can see there is a red ruby there, much like there was outside the temple. If we shoot this with a light arrow, it'll cause everything to sort of flip around again. I guess this causes the entire temple. I mean, I guess it could make sense that it would just flip this room, but either way, you can't get back out until you flip it over again. So, you know, it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. So we got to get across as it goes on, then shoot this again. That'll cause the room to flip over one more time. I don't know how that lava all stays up there, by the way. That really doesn't make sense to me, but then again, I don't think this is really supposed to be logical, you know? So, anyway. Alright, so now we're going to go through here. We're going to have a slightly annoying room. You can see there are some chews that give you magic and arrows. Obviously, we're going to be using the light arrows quite a bit. If we look over here, we can see there's a block with Majora's Mask's emblem on it. And then if we come over, I think it's on this side. Actually, yeah, it is right here. You can see this little place that we need to fit the block into, but of course, there are raised and lowered sections in the floor that's going to really prevent us from doing so, because Link, you know, can't pick that block up or anything, so we can push it over this way and then flip things around here. And that's going to cause everything to sort of switch positions, which will also let us push Majora's Mask's block here. Majora's Mask's block. That's a lot of possessives, but yeah, it'll let us push it over this way anyway. So let's get it as close to this thing as we can. And of course, the chews are going to be bugging you non-stop, but at least they give you refills, so, you know, that's nice anyway. Alright, so now let's look up and flip it again. And we're pretty much going to have to repeat this process, I don't know, 3 times in total, I think. I don't really remember. But anyway, now we need to be pushing the block this way. We're getting ever closer to that little alcove we need to get it into. Let's push it all the way over here, and watch out for the chew. Yeah, you can't do anything about them while you're in the motion of pushing the block, so that's a little bit annoying, but oh well. Alright, so now we've got it here. That's about as far as it needs to go, I think, because now we're in this little lowered section. So let's flip it once again. There we go. Flip it while it's in the air. That makes a lot of sense. Whoa. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's deal with this guy before we push it again. It is nice that we're getting a refill of arrows. I was starting to run a little bit low. Alright, so now we want to push it over this way, getting a little bit closer to that little depression there. Come on, man. Leave me alone. I'm trying to push things. I don't need your magic. Alright, so let's flip it, and this should be the last time we're going to flip it around. You can see we're now on the little same stretch of land as that little depression that we need to put it in, so that's good. So let's pull it out towards the middle here. Then push it a couple more times, and we will be good to go. Kind of a cool room, it really is, but you know, I do like that they're sort of using the whole flipping thing in individual puzzles. That's a pretty cool idea, but this one, it's really pretty easy. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out what you need to do, you know? So let's get those arrows at least, because I want them, and take care of this guy again. Alright, so now let's climb up and get up here. And now we can go through the door in the west. That one's, it's pretty much just time-consuming, like I was saying. It's really easy to figure out, but anyway, as you can see, we're going to have to fight the Wizrobe once again. I don't know how many times we've fought him now, but he really doesn't have any new tricks up his sleeve. Just make sure you're watching out for the lava over there. We have actually been in this room before, too. This is where we defeated the 4 Armos Knights, and got the Stray Fairy from that. And see, there was a chest there. There's a small key chest in the middle, so yep, familiar rooms, just different sides of them. But, yep, the Wizrobe is literally just going to repeat the exact same thing he always does. You can look for him on the map. The little red dot will always tell you where he is, so that is pretty easy. Shoot him again, and now he is done for. Is that the last time we're going to see him? Well, I don't know. We'll just have to find out, I suppose. Alright, so that's going to cause a chest to appear up there, which is also pretty much going to give us our way out, because we're going to have to hook shot up to it. So, whoa, I don't think you want to fall in there. I'm pretty sure that's bad news, but... Okay, so let's make our way up to the chest, and of course open it. Don't forget to do that. I don't really know how you would, but I guess it's possible. And that's Stray Fairy number 12. Okay, so now let's head on down these stairs here. I guess, I don't know, it's kind of hard. Technically, we're going up, because we're going downstairs, like, upside down, but, you know, whatever. It's best not to think about it. Alright, so we've got some Poes here. We can easily take those guys out with spin attacks. Basically, they're kind of just there to bug you a little bit. They don't really do too much. So, let's turn back into DQ Link and make our way across with the flowers here. Just make sure to avoid the Poes. They're pretty easy to avoid. Alright, so let's get a little room here and spin attack. Got one of them at least. Yeah, the other one's over here. And there we go, he's gone too. Now, before we head through this door, you can see there's a tunnel over there to our right, which we're going to head into first. Let's make our way up there. Now, in here, it's a good idea to have the stone mask, actually. So let's go ahead and put that thing on. This room, also, if I'm not mistaken, we have definitely been in before, of course. Remember, we blew that up in order to fall down into the previous room where we just fought the Wizrobe. Yeah, I know it's not important to really know which room you're in, but I think it's kind of cool to sort of see that you really are just revisiting the same places. Alright, now here Tattle's going to tell us this is a Death Armos, a Temple Guard. Look at that red mark on his chest. I know you've seen something like that before. Yeah, it's kind of just like the one that is outside of the temple, and we've seen a couple times inside. If you want to deal with these guys, you can take off the stone mask, and if you get underneath them, you can see they're going to sort of crush down on you. What you want to do is actually shoot them with light arrows. That'll cause them to flip around and go underneath them, so they fall. Once they do that, they'll just bash their head into the ground and die. So it's a little bit annoying to try to deal with them. If you put on the stone mask, they will not notice you at all. So, you know, that's pretty much the way you want to do this, because there are quite a few in here. Alright, so here we want to press down on this switch. Obviously, it's blue, so we're going to have to use the Elegy of Emptiness again. There we go. I think I forgot the first note that time, but whatever. Alright, so we put this guy on. You know, it's too bad he's not wearing the stone mask, too. That would have been kind of funny, but... Alright, so let's get him out of our view here. There we go, and make our way across. Oh, good, we don't have to jump. You can see there's a chest here, and also a lot of death armos. Again, why I would advise using the stone mask. We can open that thing up to get another small key. Alright, so now we're pretty much done in this little tunnel area. So let's... no, it's not this way. Use your map. I'm going to over here to the left, and that'll let us get back out. And now we are going to make our way across through this door. Alright, now in here, there's a pretty interesting little thing here. We're obviously going to have to use some flowers to get across, but before you worry about that, we want to turn to the right first and get to this pretty well-hidden door, actually. Another death armos there, so stone mask is good, because all we want to do is just come over here and press the switch that he's guarding. Doing so will cause another chest to appear up top. That's actually important, even though it's on the ceiling. That's actually going to be important for us pretty much in the short term, as well as the long term. So that's a pretty important chest there. But now we can head back. That's really all there was to do in that section. Okay, and we're going to need to be able to get into this alcove. Obviously, that's way too far to try to get across, so if we can shoot an arrow there, it'll cause 2 of the mines to explode, giving you a passage to get in. So now we can overwrite the stone mask, since I don't think we need it anymore. And hop in the flower and start floating across. So make your way around here. What was that thing? The Igor, I think it was called. That guy up there is going to go a little bit crazy. Well, I didn't expect that. He's going to be trying to attack us as we go through, but that's okay. Don't need to worry about him because he's up top. Can't do anything. So now we just use this flower to make our way back across to the left and into this door right here. Alright, now we've got some blue bubbles here. I didn't show this before. I guess I'll go ahead and get hit by one of them just to illustrate. You can see you've been jinxed, you can't draw your sword. That's going to persist for quite a while unless you play the Song of Storms. You know, I guess this is kind of a waste of time, but it's better to show it than just talk about it, I suppose. As you can see, we can now draw our sword again, so it's good. Don't really even need to worry about these guys. We can pretty much just run through. Of course, I got jinxed again, so I didn't even need to do it on purpose. Let's go ahead and clear that up again. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we've got sort of a rather interesting mini-boss here. Help us out here, Tattle. It's Gomez. There'll be no end to it if you can't get those bats away from it. Does that shed any light on the situation? Obvious pun there, and since we got light arrows in this temple, we're going to need to use them. So we can shoot it once, that'll cause the bats to scatter. Then what you want to do is let him open up by getting close, shoot a light arrow into that little orb in the middle, and you'll do damage. Pretty much just keep repeating this. He doesn't really do too much else. Infinite magic is also very helpful here. Of course, if you wait too long, he will, you know, absolutely murder you with that huge scythe, so... Oh, wow. Normally you have to wait for him to open up or he'll just block it, but I guess I got a little lucky there. Alright, so let's do this again. Whew, there we go. That was actually kind of close. So you do that, I think it was like 4 times. It's a pretty simple boss, not too much to worry about. He will fade off, all the bats will sort of burst into flames, and that'll open the door, as well as that little door there. Alright, so obviously I think we should check this little place first. It seems like a pretty obvious place to go, and as you can see, the boss key's in here, so that is good. There we go. Yep, no surprises, just the boss key. Okay, and now we're going to use the Song of Soaring to get back to the entrance. Not because we need to go back out and flip. We do need to do that eventually in order to get the rest of the chests around here, but now that we've gotten, let's see, I think we have 12 actually, and I think that's pretty much all we're going to get before we take on the boss. Of course, there are still 3 more, but the other 3 we need to get, we need to flip the temple for again. And, you know, it would just take a little more time, because then we have to go back and flip it out again in order to get back to the boss. So in order to save at least one of those flips, I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, deal with the boss first, and then we'll go back out. So once we come back out here, you want to use that chest that we made up here to hookshot up to the top. Remember I said that was going to be an important chest for us pretty shortly. So there we go. That's why we needed to get up here. And, of course, we can use our last key on the locked door there. Now, as we go across the bridge, we've got another Igor to deal with. He will shoot lasers out, which you can block with your shields. That's no big deal. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and stun him. I don't care about arrows. I've got plenty at this point, so... Whoa, yeah, if you get too close to him, he'll do that. This one can be a little bit awkward because there isn't a lot of room. So, alright, there we go. Stun him again. Shoot him once more, and that should do it, yeah. Alright, so we defeat him, and in usual fashion, chest is going to appear. It's a big gilded chest this time, though, so let's check it out. Nope, open the thing. And look at this! We get the Giant's Mask. Not often that you get a mask from a chest, huh? Within this mask lies the mind of a giant, but can you use its power anywhere? Well, it'd be kind of pointless if you couldn't. But now that we have the Giant's Mask, you can see, look at this, we filled out pretty much everything. Remember I said this last mask you can't get till the very end of the game. But all the rest of these masks, there are 20 of them, if you don't count the transformation masks. So, yep, there we go. We got all of them now. And you're going to need to get all 20 of these in order to fill out that last slot, by the way. So, cool. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we are just about ready to face the boss, actually. Remember, I already talked about the 3 stray fairies. We do have a couple rooms to go through first, which, I don't know. I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and just put it off till the next part. I'm at about 16 and a half here, so it seems like a pretty good place to stop anyway. Next time, we're going to continue going through the Stone Tower Temple and finish it up in a pretty quick fashion. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.